Thursday mornings we check in with the member for Keppel, Nigel Hutton. Good morning.
Good morning, Central Queensland.
Mate, we're getting ready for the 2026 Queensland Sausage King and Best Butchers Burger competition. They're looking for judges. And I'm talking, we're putting forward our judging credentials this morning. You would have been asked to judge 1,000 things, especially even back in the teacher days.
Oh, there's definitely been a few opportunities to judge. I mean, Pine Fest is always one where, you had the food, you had the floats, you had the entertainment when we did the entertainment on the beachfront. But the one that I'm going to put as forward as my application, mate, is the one that had the danger money attached to it. The sandcastle competition, as the storm whips up and the sandcastles are washing away faster than you can judge them.
Yeah, that would have been...
That's a danger day because these people are putting all these hours of effort to build these beautiful constructions, and then all of a sudden, the winds whipped in off the sea and were starting to wash their sandcastles away before we'd even had a chance to look at them. There was a lot of angry builders that afternoon.
I'm sure there was. Do you remember what the winner was?
Oh, well, I've always been quite fond of Australiana, so I know that when we have the maps of Australia that have got the bits of, that they might have some grapes from down in the valley, or they've got something to represent Tasmania, and I go, that always tends to get me, I can't deny. Anything with a bit of Australiana in it.
Yeah, very, very good. They're going to need judges in 6 years' time for the Olympics too, aren't they?
Oh, amongst the myriad of other things that they're going to need, and it is exciting, mate. Today is 6 years until Brisbane 2032. Where has that time flown already? Honestly, Queensland was really, really lucky to have the longest lead time ever for an Olympics, and that means that the investments that we make now and the decisions that we make now are really important. And so we've actually got the Brisbane 2032 committee here in Central Queensland, being very ably supported by Capricorn Enterprise, going around and talking to our school students this week about what the future opportunities there are for them, not only as athletes, but in the myriad of professional roles that they need, and just, the workforce that they're going to have to draw together for this event to go off and, to be obviously the best in the world, which is what every Queenslander wants. It's pretty exciting.
I've heard from people who were volunteers or worked at the 2000 Sydney Olympics, and they say it was the best experience of their life.
And unbelievably, we're going to have all of that opportunity again in our lifetime. They're talking about 50,000 volunteers that they'll be looking to bring on board, something like 25,000 security guards alone for the Olympics and the different venues across the state. There's some big opportunities both for businesses, for individuals, as well as our community, and the message that's being given by Mary Carroll and the team from Brisbane 2032 to our schools this week is very much around this. There is an opportunity for you, and whether you see yourself as, the next star, or whether you see yourself as the event organiser, the referee for a sport, or just someone who has a great idea around how we can promote and sell brand Queensland, then there's opportunity there. And I think Donna Kirkland and I have had a really exciting time listening to some of the questions from our young students and also celebrating with them as we had a chance to hear from some Australian Olympians who are in region to talk to the kids.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Have the rowing committee been back? I heard they were back at some point in time this week also.
Mate, we are continuing to get every opportunity to bring them here to show exactly what we've got in CQ. You and I both know that rowing is going to be held in Rockhampton. The Premier has said it, the Deputy Premier has said it. Now we're just waiting for them to go through and tick their boxes. Now, as we said, this is the longest lead time that's ever existed for the Games, which means that, that while it feels to us like everyone's taking a little bit of, they might be taking their sweet time in finalising these decisions. Rowing is going to be in Rocky, and this is just about getting them through the process and going, hey, this is how we can do it and what we can do here in CQ, because the bid that we put in was incredibly competitive, had support from all levels of government. Now it's just a matter of making it happen for Central Queensland. Our Games legacy, hey?
Terrific, absolutely. Now, what's going on at CQU?
Now this is one I know that a lot of your listeners will be really keen to understand. Now, we know that there's a huge need for apprentices and trainees in our communities, and one of the ways that kids get that opportunity is by, they fill in about 12 million pages worth of paperwork, and mum and dad have to sign some things, and then they sign up to be an apprentice. Now, what happens, unfortunately, is sometimes after the first 2 weeks, the kid goes, I didn't think that being a lecky would be like this. Or, I thought that, this particular role would be more hands-on, or, I thought that I'd have more opportunity to study associate. They need the opportunity to try it before they buy it. And so at CQU at the moment, they're running a career taster program, which over the last 2 weeks has seen students from across central Queensland. So I went up there last week and saw some boys who are looking at carpentry, electricians, as well as plumbing. They get told about what the need is in the industry. Turns out we've got a significant need for plumbers here in CQ in the next 5 years, which was good to learn. But they also then get a chance to have a go at saying, hey, this is what it's like when you do your study block at CQU, and this is what it will be like when you're on the tools with your employer, so that they can actually have that experience and exposure. Earlier this week, I had the chance to go up and talk to some young people who are looking at doing early childhood. Express my personal belief that early childhood is one of the most important jobs we have in a community, because there's no mum and dad who just drop their 6-month-old off at a childcare centre unless they believe that these people are going to care for and support their child, because, our kids are our most precious commodity. Yeah. So these kids having this career taster mean that they can have a look, try before you buy, get an idea of what it would be like to do their training blocks, but also it saves us small businesses going through all the rigmarole of signing someone up only to find out that 2 weeks later, it's not quite what I was expected. So it's a great project and, really exciting.
I'm happy to sponsor one of those plumbers going through. Do you know how hard it is to get a plumber at the moment? Terrible.
Well, that's why we've got to get a record number through, and CQU are working really hard to bring up the number of apprentices in that space. And I can tell you that at least one of the young lads I met, he'd gone and spent a week doing work experience as an electrician and thought that's what he wanted to do. But after a couple of days at CQU, said, actually, you know what? I think I can see myself having my own business as a plumber, where I think as an electrician I'm always going to work for someone else. And so he said, I really want to be my own boss. And so he said, I think I'm going to do a plumbing apprenticeship. And I said, well, that's great, mate. Like that's, giving them the chance to work through their own thoughts around what would they like to do, where would they like to be. Brilliant opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to go, but you want to give a mention of the Yeppoon pickleball competition?
Yeah, mate. 10 days of pickleball here on the Capricorn Coast. Competitors from around Australia as well as New Zealand. The amazing crew from the Yeppoon Tennis Club, all the volunteers have been putting in a huge effort. I think it's important just to acknowledge that, this is a sports tourism driver, but it's only backed on volunteers and the amazing sponsors that they've been able to receive for their carnival. So great job to the Yeppoon Tennis Club and all of their pickleball committee, and just, thank you to the sponsors and volunteers for making it work.
We're going to check in with them again. Good to talk to you, Nigel. Have a great day.
Have a great day, thank you.